Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the topic of motivation. How many times have you heard this? You just need a bit of motivation. Well, I'm here to tell you that motivation is not the only thing that's important, and it's probably not as important as you think it might be. I'm hoping that this video changes the way at least some people or some of you guys think and change the attitude that you have towards motivation. And I'm going to go through in this video about how I think discipline is more important than motivation. And I'm hoping by the end of it that at least some people have changed their mindset a little bit. If that happens, then I've done my job by making this video. So we all love being motivated, right? Those days when you're pumped up, ready to go. Doesn't matter where that motivation comes from. It can be a YouTube video, it can be something you saw outside, your teacher, your parents, your friends that you're competing against for a school exam or something like that. But the harsh reality is that... Where's my whiteboard? Okay, this is how I think a motivation graph would look like.
What the hell is even that?
In no time whatsoever, your progress is going to be through the roof. But the problem is with motivation, it's hard to sustain, and it's determined by external factors. You can't keep getting a hit of that factor every single day. Over time, you're going to lose motivation to keep on going. So as you can see, it just gets worse over time.
I'm out of here.
Now here's how I think discipline looks like. Alright, boom. This is how I think a discipline graph looks like. And I've made it green because that's the right choice. Compared to somebody with a lot of motivation at the start, you're going to be pretty far behind, thinking, oh man, like, what am I doing this for? Like, I don't feel energized to do this.
I can't do this anymore, man. My head's about to explode. My whole life sucks. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. My dad just died. We just killed Bambi. I'm out here getting my ass kicked, and every time I drive down the road, I want to jerk the wheel into a goddamn bridge embankment.
Hold your horses. If you do what I'm about to tell you in this video, I think you're going to have the final laugh, my friend. This is going to be you up here versus someone with a lot of motivation. They can't sustain this, whereas you can. It's the small little gains over time that'll compound and put you ahead of someone with a lot of motivation. I'm just going to interrupt myself real quick because there is a philosophy that I was told about after this video was filmed that I think is quite prevalent in my video. So Kaizen is a Japanese business philosophy that means change for the better or continuous improvement. It's about making small incremental changes every single day to improve processes, productivity, and overall success. And for those who I think stick on this line, the green line, I think you'll soon agree with me too. And someone else who always agrees with me, today's sponsor, nobody. Yep, that's right. I'll give you a familiar example. Most of us learnt a new language at school, and you might have wanted to keep learning it after school, but how many of us have had the motivation to continue learning it? I had learnt German in school, 6 years worth. It wasn't that I wanted to do it every day, but I had to do it every day. It was part of my learning. It was part of my schedule, my timetable. But since leaving, I've not returned to German since. I read a famous quote online somewhere that said, motivation is something that needs to be done and you want to do it. Whereas discipline is something that needs to be done, but you don't want to do it. In 2014, there was a study released by the European Journal of Social Psychology, and it basically showed that people with higher level of discipline tended to perform better in various different aspects of life. So that was longer lasting relationship, personal management of finances, academic performances. Basically, if you can master this, or if you can improve on this, then you will see a noticeable difference over time, albeit in various different parts of your life. So right now you're probably thinking, V, shut up and just tell me how to get disciplined then. Well, step 1. Boom. Set a goal. You gotta know what you want to achieve. You can have long-term goals and you can have short-term goals. So in the short term, you might think, oh, I need to lose, I don't know, 5 kilograms of weight. But your long-term goal might be to lose 20, but you got to start somewhere and cut it down into portions that you can actually achieve. What works for me is I'll say to myself, I need to lose X amount of weight, and I'll give myself a time frame to do that as well. I think adding a time frame really helps. I think that sort of pushes you to do what you set out to do anyway. Number 2, create a daily routine. Now this is something that should align daily with your goals. Just like the example that I used for learning German, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it over time. Every day I was learning German, so over time I just got better, and this is what you need to do.
Wax on, wax off.
No matter how small the increment is, as long as you're doing it often enough, you'll see progress. So I'll give you the example of losing weight. How am I going to lose weight? Well, I'll go to the gym. So every day, I'm going to make a conscious effort, or almost every day, I'm going to try and hit the gym. Do some cardio.
I'm dogging it, Pat! I'm dogging it!
That's going to be part of my routine. And to do this, I'm going to use number 3. And lastly, progress tracker. This is something that you should review and adjust as needed. If you're missing your goals, then maybe you need to realize you need to up it for your routine. Or if there is something that you're doing well in, maybe you think you want some time off or you go on holiday, adjust it accordingly. But there is a caveat to this progress tracker. You're going to want to start small, something that's doable, manageable, to really get that confidence going. And once you keep going, you can use other measures to keep you accountable. Things like an app. So if I have an app like Duolingo, for example, which I use from time to time, I use it for Spanish, it helps me with notifications daily. Honestly, Duolingo does a really, really good job. I think people get tired of how many notifications they send you, but if I've selected 50-day streak, I want that 50-day streak. And Duolingo's going to help me get it. That stupid owl's going to keep telling me to keep doing Spanish. Another thing you can do is get an accountability partner.
Excuse me?
Partner. So sometimes when I'm working out or trying to lose weight, I'll do it with my flatmates. I have a pretty good network of people that I live with that also goes to the gym. We compare, and they help me lose weight. It's a lot easier when another person is involved in your journey. It helps sort of keep you on track. Having someone to push you, having someone to tell you not to give up, it really helps with routine. Number 4, you want to reward yourself. There's no point to this if you don't reward yourself. There is a reaction that happens in your brain when you reward yourself. For example, you've done 2 weeks of dieting, you've done a week of dieting, have a day off, have a cheat meal. That can be your reward. And over time you'll realize that actually these small little things, that actually mean a lot. And if anything, you'll enjoy them more. You have a pizza every single day, you're not going to enjoy it. But if you have pizza once every 2 weeks, once every week, you're going to enjoy it a lot more. You're going to savor it a lot more. One more thing I wanted to cover is removing the temptations. If you have a goal, for example, of losing weight, then try and reduce the snacks that you bring in from the supermarkets. Make it difficult for you to be tempted when you open that fridge. It's not just sitting there. You've got a healthier snack to go towards. So change it up a bit. Remove the temptations, and you've done half the work for you. You're trying to study, put your phone on sleep mode. There's plenty of things you can do to help minimize the temptations you have. You can even tell your accountability partner to give you a reminder every now and then. Lastly, and this one's quite important, is to practice self-compassion. Setbacks are part of the process. You need to recognize that discipline and earning discipline and learning discipline is part of the journey. You have to be kind to yourself if you slip up. It's only natural. We're not perfect. You're not going to get it right the first time. But you can learn from that time and improve the next time you go around. So just remember, motivation might help you get started, but discipline is what keeps you going. The habits you learn today, you'll see the difference in your life tomorrow. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like. It helps with the algorithm. Share it with someone who you might think can use this video. And for more tips and personal growth videos, I guess I can do more of that. I'm still trying to figure out what niche I'm trying to diverge into, but this is something I want to talk about. As not enough is talked about this, and I keep seeing motivational topics and videos, but really discipline is what is going to help you get the end result that you want. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.